I'd like to know, Colin, one thing, because I don't think it's ever come out, certainly not in a one-to-one interview like this. You're sitting across the table from me. I'd like to know how you got into kiteboarding and gone so far so quickly. Maybe you can explain.
So you want to know when I got into it?
Yeah, how did you get into it? Where did you learn? No one knows any of this stuff, and I think they doubt it maybe. So maybe you can tell me straight up how you started.
Good job you asked, Lewis, because I've actually gone and made something to be in the show. So you could get the thing I'm going to give you and play it now. Thank you for that, Lewis. And yes, as you can probably hear, I'm on Hayling Island Beach, coming to you live from the scene of the story. Now, we have come to this sacred ground where Sam Light is from, and also where Aaron has just bought a house. He's now probably enjoying being mortgaged up to his tits. But anyway, we're going to be telling you lot, the readers of my thing and the listeners of Lewis's podcast, how I got into kiteboarding and how I got so fucking good at it. So let me take you all back to a stag weekend in the early 2000s, yeah? We're on the golf course at Hayling Island, me and my mates, yeah? And to be honest, things had started to plateau a bit because golf is just not that hectic, really, is it? There was still 16 holes to go. I remember being like, I would literally do anything to get out of this, yeah? Well, my wishes were answered. And who by but none other than Sam Bernard Light, yeah? And you lot may think this whole thing is a joke, but that actually is his middle name. That is truth. Okay, you can look on his Facebook profile that no one's meant to find, but we can find it because it's still on Facebook. Yeah. So second hole, I'm in the old rough. I'm just about to take my little stick back to hit the thing, yeah? And then Sam Light, yeah? He just comes absolutely hooning in, yeah? To the point where, you know, where you're trying to run and keep up with the kite, yeah? That was probably about 10 seconds before I started to see him. He was just on his front, just absolutely caning it up the beach, onto the golf course, through the rough and the bushes and shit, up a bunker, yeah, he had all sand in his face, and then he came crashing onto the old green, and everyone's like, oh my god, who is this guy? Look, he is so out of control, yeah? And I was like, oh my god, here is my moment to be heroic. This is going to be absolutely sick. I can save this guy, yeah? But then it all came to quite a swift end, because his harness little hook thing, yeah, as he was going through the green, yeah, by the way, the groundsman must have been absolutely fuming with him. Sam Light basically carved this, like, World War I trench right through hole number 2 green, yeah. Anyway, his harness thing gets stuck in the hole. Actually stuck in it, yeah, and at this point, me and the lads, there's like 6 of us all around, yeah, we're all like shouting all these euphemisms about shit going into holes and trying to think of funny puns and that, and some of them were funny and some of them were just horrible, but anyway, Sam Light is just stuck there, yeah, and he's like squealing, he was making the sort of sound that a pig would make if you kicked it really hard. Not that I've done that, but if I had, then that's what it would make. Anyway, he's stuck, yeah, at this point, being like, help, please help, yeah. And then one of the lads is like, mate, get that fucking thing out of that hole, yeah. So then Sam flipped onto his back, yeah. And it was at this moment that I realised that his control bar thing, yeah, bar and lines, as we know now I've got epic kite knowledge, yeah, he went onto his back, and that meant that right had become left, and left had become right. And that is not a situation I wish anyone to be in, yeah. That is life or death shit. No one can control a kite when right is left and left is right, yeah. It's just too much for anyone, yeah. So at this moment, I'm thinking, do you know what? I'm just going to spring into action here and fucking save the day for all these, for Sam, and also to impress all my mates and that, because they'll probably think I'm legend after this. Yeah. So I sprint over to him. I'm like, give me that shit. And he's like, okay, here you go. So he gives me it, yeah. I've never flown a kite before, yeah, but I don't know, I was just at one with it straight away, yeah. So I just kept the little fucking thing at 12, span the old bar round, yeah. So left was right and right was, left was left and right was right, yeah. And then I was like, I think I've got this. All the time, yeah, I was getting slowly dragged closer and closer towards the clubhouse, yeah. Yeah, all my mates are being like, oh my god, he is just killing this, and he's saved the bloody day, this guy. Yeah, so where was I? Kite super overpowered, yeah, like ridiculous. Yeah, ridiculous. I'm struggling to even keep my feet on the ground at this point. Why were we playing golf in this weather? I don't know, but we were, okay? Don't question that, okay? I think we would have thought it would be fun. Like you do on a stag, you just pretend that everything is fucking mental and fun, even though it's not. Sometimes it's just lame and you want to go home and watch a film. But anyway, so yeah, kite real out of control, proper hectic, pulling me towards the clubhouse, yeah. I'm thinking, got a few options here. I can try and steer the kite down through those electric doors, sliding doors, try and get it inside somehow. And then maybe the electric doors will close on it and then that'll be fine. Or I could just give up, yeah, and just go home and just be known as the guy that tried to help but did not really help at all. He actually caused mayhem, yeah? And this was an easy decision for me, because at home, my missus and all her horrible, annoying, screamy mates, yeah, they were having like girls pampering session thing, yeah, and I knew that if I went home I'd have to get involved. So I was like, do you know what, I'm just gonna go big here. That is literally the only option, yeah. So I powered the fucking thing up, yeah, brought it down to like 45 degrees and then just nailed it back up to 12, yeah, 12 o'clock, fucking lunchtime at the golf club, yeah. I begin to soar over the fucking clubhouse, yeah. I'm leaving the ground and I'm like a fucking rocket up into the air. All my mates are just cheering down below and singing national anthem and stuff. Sam like still wiping his tears, yeah. And you know when you're learning to kite, you think your first jump is like fucking mental. You think you're basically, you know, you could ring NASA and tell them to fucking call it off because you've got this rocket propulsion shit sorted, yeah? Well, at this point, I remember being like, fucking hell, this is ridiculous. I don't think I'm ever coming down. Get Google on the phone. I'm going to take some aerial shots from above for them, yeah? In reality, I wasn't that high and I was going straight for the fucking golf club roof, yeah? And the thing is, I had been involved with re-roofing that fucking thing a few years back, yeah? And there was shitloads of asbestos that we were supposed to get rid of, but we didn't because we couldn't be fucked. So I knew that there was literally only one thing to be done here, and that was to get maximum power out of that fucking kite, yeah? So I just looped that thing. I looped it low, I looped it hard, and it fucking got me well clear of that horrible fucking cancerous shit that was on that roof, yeah? Thank God for that. Anyway, I'm starting to spot my landing. A few little helicopter loops to soften the old blow. I'm not landing on water here, am I? It's actually concrete, so I do need something to, you know, break the old step when I do eventually come down from this enormous height. I'm looking at this little bush in the car park and thinking, do you know what, that looks quite nice at the moment. Considering everything that's happening, I think that bush is fine. It's maybe a prickly one, but let's hope not. Stay optimistic. Let's fucking go for that, shall we? I'm almost at the bush, yeah? And this fucking stupid woman gets in between me and the bush. I didn't kick her in the face, but it probably wasn't that far off it, and she says I did, but that's actually not how it was. Her side of the story is she's way blown it off what it was. and yeah, she's not a nice woman. Basically, that's what I learned that day. Amongst, you know, a lot of different kite skill and kite experience, I did learn that woman is horrible. Yeah. Anyway, I've broken my fucking fall with this woman's face, and then I'm in the car park and I'm thinking, shit, my arms are fucking tired right now because I'm unhooked. Yeah, I hope you haven't forgotten that. I've just done a mega loop over a golf club unhooked. Yeah. So it occurred to me at this point that what I needed more than anything else, and what would actually solve all the pieces of this hectic kite, stag, Sam Light, Bernard puzzle I was doing, yeah, is a harness. That is what I wanted at that point more than anything. If you could say, what do you want most in life right now? Yeah, it wouldn't have been fucking loads of money or Instagram fame. It would have been fucking, I want that harness. Please get me that harness, because I think my arms are literally about to come off. Yeah? So I think to myself, by the way, just heads up, we're only about halfway through this story, so try not to, I don't know, just get nestled in, yeah? Just get comfortable. Yeah, so in the car park, woman on floor, can't really deal with her right now, need to look after myself and get this harness. I knew that harness shop, well, water sports shop, yeah, was just down the road, probably like a K down the road, and I knew that he would probably have a harness that would give my arms a bit of a break. So I start to walk in that direction, yeah, and then I just get so I don't really walk that much. That's why I got a golf cart to go around the fucking thing. I did think about trying to go and get that golf cart, but then it was quite a long way upwind and I just couldn't be fucked. So anyway, I started to body drag, and you may not think that's possible on the ground, but I can tell you, if it is windy enough, anything is possible, mate. So I'm body dragging towards the shop. Eventually I get there after quite a lot of weird looks from pedestrians, and then I'm at the shop and I say, please, can you get me a fucking harness? Please, can you get me a harness? My arms are literally about to fall off, yeah? Guy looks at me and says, mate, I've got just the thing for you. Let me go and get it. Yeah, so I'm standing around. I haven't gone in the shop, obviously, because I'm flying the kite. I'm just talking to him through the window. Yeah. So he comes back. Geezer tries to get me fucking seat harness, yeah? I'm so tired at this point, yeah? My arms, I know I keep going on, but it is ridiculous. How I was able to hold on for that long is ridiculous, yeah? And this guy comes back with a fucking seat harness. He tried to give me a seat harness. I was like, mate, no, well, for one, I do not want to be fucking crushing my balls in between those fucking basically pincers that I've got to put around the fucking thing with that shitty strap. Anyway, and I was like, mate, I've just done a mega loop over a golf club. Get me something a bit more fucking, something that I can grow into, yeah? I don't want to be fucking too good for this shit straight away. So he's like, all right, I'll give you the respect that you so obviously deserve. Comes back with a harness and gives me a board with some boots, yeah? Now, I've never done kiteboarding, and I didn't know anything better, yeah, but it did look like them boots were going to be way better than those fucking flip-flop things I saw on some other boards. So I was like, fine, give me that harness, I'll take the board and get this thing back all the way to Sam Light, who's hopefully going to be well thankful for this and maybe hook me up with slingshot in the future. Not that I knew what slingshot was at that point, but hopefully he's going to call in some sort of massive favour for me in the future, yeah? So I head over to the beach. It's not that far. I put on the old boot. Getting the boots on was tricky, but not as tricky as what I'd already done. So I had, the perspective, and I had the fucking, the experience to, that. Right, next major problem, and this is the thing I regret the most about all this stag weekend kite adventure thing, is I didn't think in my head that hillside was possible for the riding. So I rode toe side all the way back up to the fucking golf club beach. I don't know why I didn't think, but I just thought, I don't know, that was my instinct. Just go toe side and just cane it back upwind all the way like that. And yeah, it did take a long time, and I remember just the harness just twisting a lot, and it was hard. It was very hard. I remember almost giving up at one point, thinking, how the fuck does anyone do this? This is ridiculous. But I didn't. I persevered, because I'm not a quitter, yeah, which is why I still smoke, by the way, yeah, which I know is bad, but it does make me look a lot cooler, so I don't really fucking care. Anyway, yeah, so get all the way back up to the beach, toe side. All my mates like clapping me in as if I've just done one of them Ellen McCarthy fucking round the whole fucking planet on a boat thing, yeah? Epic. Yeah, Sam Light is well thankful. He's like, mate, you can come on my family's little wooden orange boat anytime you like. I'm like, oh, maybe, I don't know, well, maybe. Yeah, everyone's all happy. We had beers in the golf club fucking thing. It was well nice to give the kite back to Sam and not have to do any more kite flying at this point. It had been about an hour. I was wrecked, to be fair. What else? I think that is it. Is that... No! Yeah, hell no. So, the main fucking fallout of all of this shit, yeah, was when we were having the party, that stupid cow that I kicked in the face. Well, I didn't, but she got in the way of me in the bush when I was landing, yeah. She comes storming in, yeah. Turns out her husband is chairman of the golf club, yeah. Yeah. And then she said, from now on, everyone has got to pay me if they want to kiteboard, yeah. And you've also all got to wear bibs. And we were all like, no, you can't do that. That is ridiculous. Stop overreacting. That is just plain nasty, you evil, evil woman. Yeah, the whole stag and Sam Light just screaming at her at this point, yeah. Yeah, and we were all being real horrible to her, but that didn't help it, so... But yeah, that actually wasn't a good call, and she stuck with that thing that she said even more, and now we are all in a position where we have to fucking pay to kite at Hayling Island. So yeah, that was Sam Light's fault. Sorry for him doing that, and that's the end of the story. But back to you in the studio, Lewis. Over and out.